Now, no matter how well you regularly service your vehicle, problems can and will occur. Now, with today's modern electronics, it's not always easy to see exactly what the problem is. Now, if you're not performing well, you go to the doctor to find out what the problem is. And when the car has a problem, we do something similar. And if you're talking about a problem with a diesel-powered vehicle, there are no better experts than the boys at Diesel Care Dalby. So, Gav, with the modern electronic fuel system, is it hard to work out what's wrong?
Look, it can be quite involved. With all the electronics that are in the systems, they become quite complicated. It does become a real science to work out.
Which brings me to why I'm here. An engine warning light on the dash has got me a little concerned. Well, what's the first step, mate?
First step is we'll plug our scan tool in and see if we can find what faults are in the system.
The scan tool is a bit like having a blood test. It communicates with your engine's computer and then through live data indicates to the mechanic what is most likely causing the problem. So, Gav, what did me little dash light mean?
So the boys have scanned it and it looks like you had water in the fuel, so the boys have changed the filter. You've been lucky because last time you were here we fitted up a Diesel Care extra filter for you. So that stopped it getting through to your fuel system, so it saved you this time, so you've had a good result. What
would have happened if it did get into me injectors and everything else?
That's where it becomes real expensive. So come inside, we'll show you what the system looks like and what the injectors look like and what damage it can do.
Righto. Having had a close call, I'm keen to see why 75% of all fuel system repairs performed here are due to contaminated fuel.
So Roger, this is sort of what you can get in your fuel system. So this is water and contamination that we've drained out of someone's vehicle. That's what does the damage to the fuel systems.
Okay, so if that gets in to your pump and everything else, what happens?
Well, you can have issues like that. The injectors stick open. It can damage your engine. You put raw fuel in there under high pressure. So it's not good.
And while the latest advancement in high-pressure injection systems have seen an increase in diesel-powered vehicles on the road, Gavin still sees plenty of older systems coming into the workshop. So there really has been an evolution.
Yeah, so these are the old mechanical systems, indirect injection to mechanical direct injection to the latest common rail direct injection, high-pressure systems. So these are really critical for fuel quality.
Yep. And which one's like the one in the Ford?
That's the one out of your vehicle there.
And if the water had wrecked it, what's one of those worth?
Oh, look, the injectors range anywhere from $400 to $600.
Now, we all know the best way to avoid that kind of repair bill is getting onto the problem before it becomes an expensive headache. And the great news is that even if your vehicle has an older fuel injection system fitted, these guys will bring it up to speed.
So, Roger, what we've got here is we're actually testing the common rail injectors. So we're supplying high pressure fuel to them and electronically actuating the solenoids, checking reaction times and the flow rates and the delivery quantities of the injectors themselves.
It really is high-tech stuff nowadays. I love nothing more than tinkering on my own engine, but unless you're a trained diesel technician who happens to have this state-of-the-art equipment in the garage, forget it. Mate, you've got everything. Have you got a machine out the back that makes diesel?
Not quite.
So whether you're driving an old Troopy or the very latest Land Cruiser, if you want to get the maximum performance out of your diesel engine, see Gavin and the boys for some expert advice. And now, as stockists of ARB gear, it's a one-stop shop for all your 4B needs. Well, thankfully, the boys were able to solve my little problem pretty easily. And from what I've seen today, it wouldn't matter how big your problem was, these blokes can solve it.